At 18 years old, most teenagers are finishing high school. Lamine Yamal is about to walk onto the biggest stage in world football and become the face of the 2026 World Cup. Not in 2030. Not in 2034. In 2026, at 18 years old, he will be the most watched, most discussed, most feared player on the planet. This isn't hype, this is what the data shows, this is what his trajectory points to. And this is the story of how a boy from a small town in Spain is about to become the biggest player on earth. Lamine Yamal Nasraoui Ebana. Born July 13, 2007 in Matar, Barcelona, he's a right winger for FC Barcelona and the Spanish national team. By the time you watch this, he might already be the most valuable teenager in football history. His father is Moroccan, his mother is Equatorial Guinean. He joined Barcelona's La Masia academy at age 7. At 15, he was already training with Barcelona's first team. At 16, he made his senior debut. At 17, he won the European Championship. At 18, he will be at the World Cup. This is not normal progression. This is once in a generation. Before his 18th birthday, Lamine Yamal had already played over 60 matches for Barcelona's first team. He became the youngest ever scorer in La Liga history at 16 years and 87 days, the youngest player to appear in a UEFA European Championship, the youngest player to score in a European Championship, the youngest player to assist in a European Championship final. Then he won the Euros at 17. He's broken every age record in Spanish football. Most players dream of doing one of these things in their career. He did all of them before he could legally drive. Before we go further, let's understand what a right winger does. In simple terms, the right winger plays on the right side of the attack. Their job is to take on defenders one-on-one, get to the byline, and deliver crosses into the box. But for a player like Yamal, the role is bigger. He's an inverted winger. He plays on the right, but cuts inside onto his left foot. This means defenders never know if he'll go outside to cross or cut inside to shoot. He's a playmaker, a creator, and a goal threat all in one position. What makes Yamal special isn't one thing, it's the combination. He has explosive acceleration over the first 5 yards, that's the speed. He has close ball control at full sprint, that's the dribbling. And he has the ability to see passes that other players don't even know exist, that's the vision. He's not just fast, he's fast with the ball glued to his foot while spotting a runner 40 yards away. His left foot is a wand. His football IQ is off the charts. At 18, he reads the game like a 30-year-old veteran. Spain under Luis de la Fuente plays a direct, vertical style, less tiki-taka, more fast transitions. The system relies on 2 explosive wingers stretching the pitch. Yamal on the right, Nico Williams on the left. Together, they're the fastest wide pair in international football. Spain's fullbacks overlap, the midfield feeds through balls, and the wingers run at defenders. In this system, Yamal isn't just a piece, he's the primary weapon. When Spain needs a moment of magic, the ball goes to the right side. To the 18-year-old. The 2024 European Championship was the preview. At 16, Yamal was Spain's starting right winger in a major tournament. He finished with 1 goal and 4 assists, more than any teenager in Euros history. He created 17 chances. He completed 22 dribbles. In the final against England, he provided the assist that won Spain the tournament. He wasn't just there. He was the difference maker. If he can do that at 16 in a European Championship, what can he do at 18 in a World Cup with 2 more years of development? Football has seen young stars before. Michael Owen at 18, Wayne Rooney at 19, Kylian Mbappe at 19. But Yamal is different in one key way: his football intelligence. Most young players rely on athleticism. They're fast, strong, explosive. Yamal has all that, but his superpower is his brain. He doesn't just outrun opponents, he outthinks them. His decision-making at 18 is comparable to Lionel Messi at his peak. That's not an exaggeration. The data on his passing progression, chance creation, and defensive reading puts him in a category that no teenager has ever reached. Here's what nobody talks about: the pressure is immense. Yamal won't just be a player at WC26. He'll be the face of the tournament. Every pre-match graphic, every billboard, every commercial break. His face will be everywhere. 3 billion people will watch the World Cup. A significant portion of them will be watching him specifically. Every dribble will be analyzed. Every misplaced pass will be replayed. Every game will be framed as, can the 18-year-old handle it? The weight of an entire nation's expectations will sit on a teenager's shoulders. This pressure has broken grown men. Opponents know exactly what Yamal is. They'll plan for him. Every game, he'll face double teams. Physical defenders will try to intimidate him. Hard tackles early to test his courage. He'll get kicked a lot. This is the dark art of tournament football. If you can't stop a player, you try to break them. But Yamal has already faced this. In La Liga, defenders have been targeting him since he was 15. He's been kicked, pulled, pushed, and he keeps getting up. He keeps producing. His mentality is as advanced as his technique. Barcelona's role in Yamal's story cannot be overstated. La Masia is one of the greatest football academies in history. It produced Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, and now Yamal. But Barcelona didn't just train him. They trusted him. At 15, he was training with the first team. At 16, he was starting matches at Camp Nou. The club protected him from pressure, managed his minutes, and let his talent develop naturally. Unlike many young stars who burn out from overexposure, Barcelona's careful handling of Yamal means he arrives at WC26 as a complete player, not a broken one. There's a poetic symmetry here. Lionel Messi became Barcelona's youngest ever debutant in 2004. 19 years later, Lamine Yamal broke that record. Messi carried Barcelona and Argentina for 2 decades. Now, in the same city, at the same club, playing the same position, an 18-year-old is ready to carry his nation. It's not a replacement, it's a passing of the torch. Messi won the World Cup in 2022. Yamal at 18 has the chance to start his own World Cup legacy. The football gods love symmetry, and this is their most beautiful script yet. For Yamal to dominate at WC26, Spain needs to get the tactics right. 3 things. 1, the right back needs to overlap constantly to create 2v1 situations, giving Yamal space to operate. 2, the central midfielders need to find him early in transition before defense is set. 3, Spain needs a striker who occupies center backs and creates space for Yamal to cut inside. If Spain provides these 3 conditions, Yamal becomes unplayable. If they don't, he'll be isolated, double-teamed, and neutralized. The system must serve the star. The World Cup will test Yamal against the best defenders on the planet. In the group stage, he might face a lesser team where he can dominate. But the knockout rounds? That's where the real tests are. Imagine Yamal versus France's Theo Hernandez or Jules Koundé. Yamal versus Brazil's Danilo. Yamal versus England's Kyle Walker. These are world-class defenders with years of experience. Some are faster. Some are stronger. But none of them have faced a teenager who moves like Yamal. The matchups don't scare him. The matchups should scare them. Off the pitch, Yamal is already a commercial phenomenon. At 17, he signed with Adidas, reportedly worth millions. His jersey is one of Barcelona's top sellers globally. Brands like Nike, Adidas, Pepsi, and video game franchises are lining up. A strong World Cup performance could make him the highest-earning teenager in sports history, not just football, all sports. Endorsement analysts project he could earn $50 million annually by age 20. The business of Yamal is just getting started, and WC26 is the global launchpad. Let's ask the question directly. Could Lamine Yamal be the best player at the 2026 World Cup? The Golden Ball awarded to the tournament's best player has been won by legends. Maradona, Romario, Zidane, Messi. At 18, Yamal would be the youngest winner in history by a margin of 6 years. Is it realistic? He'd need Spain to reach at least the semifinals. He'd need to produce consistent match-winning performances. He'd need to outshine established stars like Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., and Haaland. But the talent is there. The platform is there. The moment is there. If Spain reaches the semi-finals or final, the narrative becomes unstoppable. Every Yamal dribble becomes a global meme. Every goal becomes a highlight package that plays for years. The storyline writes itself: the teenage prodigy who conquered the world before he could vote. Spain winning the World Cup with Yamal as the star would be the most marketable sports story of the decade. It would transcend football. It would be a cultural event. The question isn't whether Yamal is ready for that stage. The question is whether the world is ready for what he's about to become. Lamine Yamal is not a future star, he's a present force. At 18, he stands at the threshold of becoming the biggest player on earth. The World Cup is the stage where legends are made. And this teenager has everything he needs to write his name into football immortality. We'll be watching every dribble, every pass, every goal. WC26 Matrix will break down every match, every tactical nuance, every moment that defines this tournament. If Yamal is the player we believe he is, the world is about to witness something it has never seen before. Subscribe now. The story is just beginning.